What's going on, guys? WhiteFox1225 here with another video, and today we're talking about We Are the Dwarves. So We Are the Dwarves was a game that was on Steam Greenlight. It got greenlit and then got some crowdfunding on Kickstarter. So it is an indie game made by a couple of people. It's also a tactical action game with a top-down camera view. Has some cool gameplay, a really cool story, kind of some RPG elements too that we'll talk about. And I'm pretty excited for the game. It comes out pretty soon. Well, let's just go into everything you need to know to play the game and everything you know about the game. So let's get into the story real quick. First off, it takes place with three dwarves. They exist in a world or a universe that's kind of takes place in caves, and all the planets are rocks, and they're looking for these stars to power their planets that are kind of dying. They come from three different kingdoms, and they need these three different stars to power their dying kingdoms that are running out of resources. So you're these dwarven astronauts exploring the rock universe, which is kind of like a cave again, and you're just running around these caves trying to find this star to power your kingdom. And of course, they'll have to fight enemies along the way. It's a cool mix of fantasy and like a little sci-fi, kind of a unique blend. It has a unique setting and a unique world, which is always good when games don't copy other games and just think for themselves. So I'm really excited about it, just exploring the area and, finding out about the lore of the game and the world, and that looks pretty cool. Let's go into some of the gameplay. The game is kind of an action strategy based game, has a top-down camera view, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Right now I want to talk about the characters. You're going to be playing as three heroes, the Forcer, Smash Fist, and Shadow, and they all have their unique abilities and play style. Forcer uses guns and ranged combat. He has a shotgun, like a cannon, lots of different things to play around with and use. You have Smash Fist, which is the more melee style hero. He uses sort of a tank-like abilities. He just runs right at enemies and takes them out. Then you have Shadow, who is stealth-based, uses assassinations and sneaking, can go invisible, all that stuff. So you really have three different, very different play styles to choose from and just play around with and have fun with. Each character is going to have a skill tree for you to make them, however you want them to play. And the gameplay is not going to be simple. You're going to have to think about what you do before you actually do it. You're going to have to plan. That's why it's a strategy game, of course. You can use your environment to your advantage. So in the gameplay demo, we saw someone hit, enemies off a cliff with a shotgun blast, and then use that upper cliff advantage to attack enemies down below them. Before you're going to go into combat, you're going to want to pause the game, which you can do at any time, and then think about what your next step is. And even mid-combat, you can pause, think, and then act. So definitely a big strategy element. I heard from a lot of people who played the game that it is very hard and that you can die quickly if you just run into battle without a plan. So if you like strategy games, definitely one for you. And if you like fantasy and RPGs, you should give it a shot too. The game comes out February 26th on Steam. It's going to be $15, but it's going to have 10% off for the first week if you buy it. So make sure you go check that out. Comes out in 4 days. Pretty exciting, and that's pretty much it for the video. So guys, if you like the video, give it a like. If you want to see more, as always, hit that subscribe button. We'll always be covering indie games, MMOs, RPGs, anything of that sort. Definitely stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching as always, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.